Okay, mitzvah mem aleph. Shelo la'alot ala mizbeach b'madregot. A person is not allowed to go up the altar with steps. The altar needs to be built with a ramp. You're not allowed to go up with steps. Kedesh lo ya'aseh pesiyot gasot ba'aloto. In order that one does not take wide steps when he goes up. Shneimad velo ta'aleh b'ma'alot al mizbechi. Asher lo tigaleh vatecha alav. Don't ascend with steps on the mizbeach, so that your shame not be exposed. Ela keshehu oleh sham, when he goes up, mehalech benachat uvirah, he walks slowly with fear. Akev betzad gudal, the heel next to the big toe. V'chen ne'emar bebechilta, as written in the Midrash. Now, mishoshe mitzvah zu, the purpose of this mitzvah, ma shekatavdu b'mitzvah kodemet, what we wrote in the preceding mitzvah, which is that the prohibition of building an altar, the Mizbeach using iron to chisel out. Likboa benafshotenu yirat hamakom achashivuto, to ingrain the awe of the place and the importance. Ve'achen huzharnu shelo linhog sham kalut rosh b'shum inyan. We cannot act lightheadedly when going up to the Mizbeach. Ve'akol yodin she'avanim lo yakpidu b'shum bizayon. Now everybody knows that the stones itself have no feelings. They're not going to feel embarrassed, and they're going to feel affront to the fact that you acted with lightheadedly, with any disgrace, huh? The ones you're walking on. Shenan root velo shomot, they don't see or hear. Ela kol ha'inyan, the whole idea is latet tziyur belibenu, to create a portrait in our hearts, veyirat hamakom v'chashivuto v'hod hagadol, about the importance and the glory of that place. Ki mitoch ha'peula halev niv'al, like he said many times before, that the way you act outwardly, you affect your heart as well. We actually spoke about it in our shiur yesterday afternoon, again in Mesiyat Yesharim, kmo shekatavti. Dinah mitzvah, the laws of this mitzvah, ketzat osin hakevesh, how the ramp is made. So that Kohanim don't come to ascend on it in a way that was two large steps. And the form of the ramp, you can find them in the 3rd chapter of Masechet Midot in the Mishnayot. This applies in the time of the Bet HaMikdash, for both men and women. So the question is, wait a second, women don't go up on the Mizbeach. So what's the question? So that if for ever any chance a woman was to unlawfully ascend the Mizbeach, okay, and she would take wide steps, she would also be transgressing this Avirah. Yeah, like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. That's how they go up.
And also, if you're carrying something, even worse.
Yeah. No, you're more careful that way, I guess. You're more careful that way. We said that someone who transgresses by taking a wide step on the mizbeach to the point that his private parts are exposed, because too wide of a step you can see from underneath. B'mezid, if he does so intentionally, lokeh, he gets malkut, lashes. Va'anavim yishkenu aretz, but those who are humble should rest peacefully in the land. Okay, that's one mitzvah. Next mitzvah mem bet, mitzvah din Eved Ivri. Ladun bedin Eved Ivri, we are commanded to implement the laws of Eved Ivri, that's a Hebrew servant. Kemo shekatuv parasha, ki tikne Eved Ivri, kelomar shenaaseh lo hadevarim shenatzivu bahen. That we're obligated to perform with him, with this Hebrew servant, the things that were commanded in that parasha. Kegon, for example, leshalcho b'shevi'it, we have to let him free in the 7th year. Or betoch shesh, or within 6 years, in paga yovel, if the yovel came within the 6 years. Or begiron kesef, or through the method of deduction of money, meaning the Eved Ivri can redeem himself. Or bemitat adon shelo yiniach ben zachar, or upon the death of the master, where the master is not survived by a male child. Velanirtza gam ken kedino at katubo. In this mitzvah included is the mitzvah of nirtza, of piercing the ears in case the Eved Ivri wants to stay. Hakol kemo shelimdu rabotem zichronam livracha. All of these laws were taught by oral tradition by our Chachamim. Mitoch HaKatuv, derived from the Pesukim, kemo shemufarash beperek rishon mikidushin, when you can find in the 1st chapter of Masechet Kiddushin. Mishoshe mitzvah zu. What is the purpose of this mitzvah? Sheratzah ha'el sheyeh amo Yisrael asher bachar am kadosh. God wanted that His nation, the Jewish people, be a holy nation. Maleh umutar bechol medot tovot umulot, crowned with good qualities. Ki mitoch kach tachul habracha alehem. Through that that's how the blessing is going to come. Kindness and mercy are among the finest qualities that people have. So Hashem has warned us, have mercy, have compassion on people who work below you, whether it's your slave or it's your employee, whoever it is. Bestow upon him kindness, like the parasha says. And we know through oral tradition. Dinei mitzvah, the laws of this mitzvah include for example, the differences between someone who sells himself or one who is sold by bedin. And the methods by how he's acquired, and by which goes free. You can all find them in Masechet Kiddushin. This mitzvah applies to men, but not to women. Because a woman is not allowed to purchase a Eved Ivri. And again, they only apply when Jewish people are living in Israel. Sheken ba perusha mekubal. That's the meaning of the of what the Chachamim said. She'en Eved Ivri noheg ela bisman shayovel noheg. When Eved Ivri comes into effect, only when Yovel is in effect. Umeforash. That means Huadin Yovel eno ela baaretz. Yovel is only in Eretz Israel. Ve'over alea, one who transgresses his mitzvah, ve'lo asa la'eved ma shekatuv bo, and didn't do to the servant what was regarding him, bitel aseh, he's violated a mitzvah obligation. Ve'gam melamed nafsho liot achzari, not only that, but you train yourself to be cruel. U'bechimat shemeid al atzmo she'eno mi bnei Israel, and by doing so, you bearing witness against himself that you're not part of the Jewish people. Kihem rachmanim bnei rachmanim, because Jewish people are merciful people who are descendants of merciful people. Because a woman technically doesn't own anything, so she when she's married to somebody else, everything belongs to her husband. So a woman.
What happens if the husband dies
So it goes to the son.
And if there's no son?
Well, if there's no son, then he goes free. Then he goes free. Yeah, ever goes free. Yeah, that's what we said.
Can a woman sell herself?
She can, yes. Yeah. Ama Ivriya. There's such a thing for that, yes. Okay. Chazal Baruch.